Wait and see. You know, when you can't predict the future, that can be a good strategy. But wait and see isn't always a good strategy when it comes to your retirement. In these uncertain times, the decisions you make today regarding your savings and investments can have a huge impact on your retirement. Phillip Statler and the team at Statler Financial have seen the market at its highs, its lows, and everywhere in between. They know how emotional it can be for you right now. So here's what they're doing. They're clearing their schedule to talk with you on the phone or on a video call to listen to what concerns you have and then offer help. The number to call is 863-285-3815. They are local and independent advisors who can help guide you through this. Call Phillip Statler and the Statler Financial team now. 863-285-3815 and schedule your time for a phone or a video meeting with the team. Call 863-285-3815. That's 863-285-3815. Investment advisory services offered through Statler Financial Services, Inc. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
105.7 Highlands Light FM. Katy Perry is there. They call me Morning Dave. We're at 8:40 now. It's 20 before 9. Let's check in on money and see how your IRA and 401k are treating you on Wall Street, downtown Sebring we go. The offices of Statler Financial Services. Actually, I think you're at home this morning, Phillip, aren't you? Phillip Statler's here.
I'm actually at the office, and we have no internet when I came in this morning. So we're a little technically challenged this morning. We are running off of my iPad using cellular service. So, hey, you know, it's going to be one of those days today.
I hear you. There have been those times around here where having that cellular iPad of mine has saved my bacon 16 ways from Sunday. I'm with you, believe me. Setting the table for the morning, it was another mixed vote on Wall Street yesterday. We had an up day on the Dow, an up day on the S&P, and a pretty substantial off day on the NASDAQ, and we were kind of noodling it through before we went on the air. I know they're starting to have words with China over trade tensions again. That can't help, even though the Chinese markets are holding up pretty well. Hong Kong took a major dump overnight last night. It's got to be just international trade and the dependency that NASDAQ stocks have on that. Yes?
You know, I'm thinking so. I mean, like I said, I told you beforehand, I didn't really see a lot out there to give me much in the way of indications in terms of the macro stuff at all today.
I know you were giving it a lot on just analyst level stuff. You were giving a lot of the credit for the run-up we had over a couple of days on NASDAQ for an increase in Chinese stocks, and the Chinese mainland indexes continued to rise, but it wasn't gangbusters. But there's always those questions about Hong Kong. Last week, the president removed the trading preference for Hong Kong over China per se, and it looks like the Hong Kong markets made a decision that they didn't like that a bit this morning, as they were off by like 2.5% at the close. It's not a closed book as far as our trade with China is concerned by any measure, is it?
No, it's really not. It's going to continue to be, you know, ups and downs. I mean, this coronavirus, and it has not helped at all in terms of our trade dealings with them. You know, it's obvious that we believe as a country that they're responsible for a lot of what we're having to go through right now.
Yeah, I understand. And unfortunately, being in a political year as well, bashing China does turn some votes in the direction that the administration would want it to. So when everything else isn't working, well, we'll bash China for a little bit, and that doesn't help either.
No, it doesn't. And that definitely doesn't help those stocks over there as we look. But a lot of the tech stuff, you know, that's where it's coming from, is China.
Absolutely. Looking at the earnings season as it continues, a few household names reported. I had one that you were looking for earlier. HCA Healthcare, Inc. ended up falling short on revenue and had a big beat on their earnings per share. Their pre-market trading is definitely being a reward. They're toward the top of my big winners list this morning. They're trading up by like 5.3%. So at least one of the big hospital chains is making more money out of less money coming in.
Well, yeah, they are. And let's face it, they, you know, census was down overall last quarter because they were clearing everybody out and getting ready for what they were thinking might have been a huge influx or onslaught of COVID patients.
Yeah, it's got to be remembered that during that quarter, there was a lot of the big hospital chains that were told they weren't allowed to do elective surgeries, which means a lot of the really good revenue stuff that comes into hospitals, and whether we like it or not, it is a business, they weren't getting that in. So the fact that they managed to beat the earnings per share expectation against decreased revenues, that's generally good news for stockholders in that group.
Yeah, exactly. And so that it does look good. That means they were able to cut costs and still be able to be very profitable in the end, which is, hey, that's what stockholders want to see is profitability.
Absolutely. Other names that reported overnight and early this morning.
So we had another drug maker came out, Biogen. They had a pretty good quarter, beat by about $1.75 a share, coming in at like a little over $10. Revenue was above estimates as well, helped by about $100 million in accelerated sales, again, due to COVID-19. And so they've slightly cut their 2020 full year forecast so far. We'll have to see what that ends up looking like for them as we go. I'm having to jump between pages here. Let's see what I can find over here. So Biogen's actually up almost 1.75% this morning, Dave, as we get ready to go.
Bad accelerated sales. What's that? People stocking up in advance of the shutdown?
I don't know if they have some drug that could be helpful. Because the COVID, obviously they got to treat the COVID, but that in itself can bring other things that have to be treated too. So I don't know specifics, but maybe they had something that could help.
Okay. Other interesting names that came out. I know you named a couple of them before we went on the air.
So that one was Key Corp, which is the bank.
Yes.
So they were estimated to come in at about 10 cents or so. They came in at 17. They beat by 9. They did well there. They also revenue it was okay, down a little bit from a year ago, up from last quarter though. They said they really are struggling right now because they had to increase their loan loss like most banks are having to do, because that becomes a big part of it is they're having to take into account people not paying the bills down the road. They are up this morning. Again, kind of like the other one, about 1.75% right now.
Interesting when we get down toward the regional banks, I was saying yesterday, because they do much more consumer business than the big, wholesale, trading business that the big names do. It's interesting that they're surviving with something similar to the pattern that the big banks are on the national front.
Yeah, they are. And they're not the only one we've got from a financial standpoint today. We got Interactive Brokers came out. They beat by 9 cents a share, came in at like 40 cents. Revenue was well above forecast. They've seen a big boost in part by trading volume and commission volume going up for them. Last I checked, it's not really helping their stock today. I don't know if maybe people are looking at that as a one-time thing, and maybe after coronavirus it's going to go away, but they're down 3.6% this morning. And then the other bank or financial I have is Capital One. Capital One, they came in at $1.61 a share, which was lower than what they're supposed to. They're expected to come in at $1.68. The revenue was below forecast also. They had to increase their loan loss reserves by almost $3 billion. So that was a big deal there. And so that's affected them this morning.
I was expecting a big loan loss number being the cause. I saw Capital One on my big loser list this morning and figured that had to be a loan loss reserve thing. They'll give a credit card to a turnip.
Yeah, they're down 4.25% this morning. So pretty big down for them. We do have the other one I have at NASDAQ. You could kind of call that a financial stock, right? They're the owners of the NASDAQ trading floor.
You really can buy the stock exchange, right?
Yeah, you can buy the stock exchange. They beat by 10 cents a share. Revenue was above estimates also. As they saw record trading volume with all the stuff going on out here. So let's see, they're basically flat. They're down 0.25% this morning. And then Texas Instruments came out too, Dave, after we got off the phone yesterday or when the market closed. They had a pretty good quarter. They beat by 60 cents a share. Revenue was above forecast also. And so they really, they're up 1.1% this morning. And let's close with this one. Let's go to the travel industry. Let's look at United Airlines and United. They lost a little more than expected. Now, this is a big number, Dave. They lost $9.31 a share.
A little?
Yeah. Well, they're expected to lose 9. So it was, they missed by a little bit, but still, that's a huge loss for them.
Now that's taking a bath in boiling oil.
Their revenue though was above forecast, which I guess that was good. They're burning. Listen to this. Their cash burn rate is they're burning $40 million a day in cash.
Good Lord.
They're down almost 0.5% today.
I believe that with half-filled airplanes too. Setting the table again this morning, like we said, mixed bag on Wall Street yesterday. Dow had a good day, up 159. Standard & Poor's was up by 5.5. NASDAQ tanked yesterday, everything being relative. They were down by almost 87 points after a record close the day before. 45 minutes before we start trading, Phillip, you got the futures or you want me to do them?
No, I got them. I'm on the same schedule as you. I got delayed close today. So we got the Dow down $56, about 0.25%. The S&P 500 is down 5, about almost 0.2%. The NASDAQ's only thing in the green right now. It's up. Well, it's about to go red. It's flat right now. And so we're seeing it give up its green as we move forward. We've got the oil. I'm doing this out of order, I know, for us usually, but oil is down 1.3% to $41.36 a barrel. Gold and silver trading up. Silver is, I know it's not a new record, but man, it's the highest we've seen in a long time. It's up another 6.5% this morning, trading at $22.97 an ounce. Huge number there. We got gold up 0.6 to $1,855 an ounce. Those things are going sky high. Crude oil is recruiting just a little bit, but hey, all in all, it's one of those days.
Yeah, one of those days on the commodity market, that's for sure. World markets, I mentioned earlier, Hong Kong just took a dump overnight last night, and that's completely the opposite direction of the way the mainland Chinese markets go. They were down by 2.5%. The Japanese market's off by just a little bit. Europe is trading off, but not by catastrophic amounts midway through their day. Phillip, somebody needs advice as far as how to make this work. We're talking about commodities going through the roof. The market's looking kind of red this morning, almost the opposite way of yesterday, and you never know day to day. That means advice needed from somebody with an unbiased viewpoint. How do I find you to make an appointment to get that view?
Then give us a call at 863-382-0037. It's a great opportunity to make sure that their portfolio is on point for what it needs to be doing. And then follow us on Facebook. All you have to do is Google and look up Statler Financial Services. You can like our page there. And then catch us for our radio show, the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturdays, 10 a.m. Sunday mornings on Highlands News Talk, 730.
All righty. We stream all this stuff, News Talk 730 a.m. for the weekend programs and online here at 1057lightfm.com. Phillip, thank you so much. We'll catch you in the morning, all right?
All right, buddy. You have a great day.
Thank you much. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services, Phillip Statler. Wait.
Hey, folks, I know a little technical difficulty today. You probably saw half my face. Who knows what you saw when I was trying to get data. But I thank you for joining us. Hopefully, you gained a little bit of knowledge from today. Have a great day. I look forward to joining you again tomorrow. And halfway through the week, we'll make the best of it.
Wait and see. You know, when you can't predict the future, that can be a good strategy. But wait and see isn't always a good strategy when it comes to your retirement. In these uncertain times, the decisions you make today regarding your savings and investments can have a huge impact on your retirement. Phillip Statler and the team at Statler Financial have seen the market at its highs, its lows, and everywhere in between. They know how emotional it can be for you right now. So here's what they're doing. They're clearing their schedule to talk with you on the phone or on a video call to listen to what concerns you have and then offer help. The number to call is 863-285-3815. They are local and independent advisors who can help guide you through this. Call Phillip Statler and the Statler Financial team now. 863-285-3815 and schedule your time for a phone or a video meeting with the team. Call 863-285-3815. That's 863-285-3815. Investment advisory services offered through Statler Financial Services, Inc. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.